Now listen up, folks. Do you want to dwell on the horrors of the world? Or do you want to talk about some unsung slappers from Magic the Gathering? Fellas, it's been a crazy week for the people who play Commander. And make no mistake, we're all just people, man. You know, people have feelings, so let's not trivialize each other. Some folks in the community have been dealt a horrific blow. You know, their $600 Jewel Lotus is now a coaster, so be nice to them. For real, dude. This is EDH disaster level event. It's a virtual EDH tsunami. And in that vein, I bring you cards that slap Volume 8. Let's get lighthearted out here, dudes. Now the bros are out there, they're scouring the plains and the tundras for underrated, underplayed slappers, and old Nicky G here is gonna tell you, you know, the loyal, handsome viewer, that's you out there, if those cards indeed slap. So let's get into it. But first, take a moment to recognize that you power this channel, man. You guys with the Patreon and the YouTube tips, all that kind of stuff. No corporate interest here, brother. It's pure populism here. Many thanks to you kind bros out there. Alright, let's talk about Blind Obedience. 1 and a white for an enchantment, has Extort. Whenever you cast a spell, you may pay a hybrid white-black. If you do, each opponent loses 1 life, and you gain that much life. So this can go in mono-white decks. You know, it doesn't have to go in Orzhov decks, just FYI. Because this is reminder text, alright? Artifacts and creatures your opponents control enter tapped. Now, this is no surprise. We all know this card is an overperformer. And if you don't, now you do, brother. But listen, man, this card is also a bulk banger. I was surprised to learn this was $1.33. Looking like a damn pontiff out there. You know, it's a metaphor for the American political propaganda machine, brother. Get that blind obedience. Now, this guy is a real popper. The Ixodron. So this guy's 3 blue, creature illusion. It's a star. As it enters, turn all other non-token creatures face down. Ixodron's power and toughness are each equal to the number of face-down creatures on the battlefield. This can be absolutely heartbreaking in a damn morph deck, dude. Not only do you get to abuse turning your stuff face up again, but you have the added bonus of trapping all your opponent's commanders under Ixodron. Also great in a Super Friends deck where you don't care about creatures. Now check this out. Seize the Spotlight is 2 and a red for a sorcery. Each opponent chooses Fame or Fortune. For each player who chose Fame, gain control of a creature that player controls until end of turn. Untap those creatures and they gain haste until end of turn. For each player who chose Fortune, you draw a card and create a treasure token. Really nice in a deck that sacrifices stuff for value, and decks that want those theft effects. Pretty cheap and pays off Magecraft, you know. Plus you got a lady opening a portal with her own chest, stealing a brain or possibly a handful of ramen, dude. What's not to love about that? What do you want to be wrapped in? You want to be wrapped in antipathy out there? No, you don't, dude. You want to be wrapped in vigor. 1 and a green, instant, regenerate each creature you control. Now listen, a lot of older board wipes do say, destroy all creatures, they can't be regenerated. But Blasphemous Act doesn't, Vanquish the Horde doesn't, and you know what? You can pack your deck with your own board wipes. This is a pretty decent bit of board protection. It's budget, you know, but can catch some decks off guard and it's cheap. And next up from the Discord, we have Field of Souls. This is 2 white for an enchantment. Whenever a non-token creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Okay, man, here we go. This is a combo facilitator from way back in Tempest. Revel in that classic artwork and the classic frame. Beautiful card. White cards look much better back in 1997. You know, there, I said it, alright? So you have a sacrifice outlet, you got Pitiless Plunderer out there and a damn reassembling skeleton in the yard, or just Phyrexian Altar and a reassembling skeleton, pay off your aristocrats, dude. This is cheap as heck because it's 4 mana. It's not the most efficient of these types of effects, but it's a nice redundant piece in those decks. Also, bonus if you're running spirits. How about this guy, Gruesome Fate? 2 and a black for a sorcery, each opponent loses 1 life for each creature you control. Are you running a damn token swarm? Are you running Endrick Sar? Remember that guy? Are you an Rakdos Goblin deck? Well, here you go. You're welcome, dude. Neat little 15-cent slapper out there for the budget bros. Also nice in Mishra, claimed by Gix. Now this is an interesting card, Jaheira's Respite. So this is 4 and a green for an instant. Search your library for up to X basic land cards, where X is the number of creatures attacking you. Put those cards onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. The Fog meta is back. You know, is it a 5-mana Fog? Yeah, man, it sure is. But it's a neat green card from Baldur's Gate, alright? Jaheira entering the spirit realm to go get you some real estate, brother. Have her bring back a sandwich, too. Now hang on, brother. This is a cool card from a newer set, Carmen, Cruel Skymarcher. So this is 3 white and a black, legendary creature, vampire soldier. It's just a 2/2 of flying. What's up with that? Whenever a player sacrifices a permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on Carmen and you gain 1 life. There you go right there. Whenever Carmen attacks, return up to 1 target permanent card with mana value less than or equal to Carmen's power from your graveyard to the battlefield. So listen, this gets a permanent card, man. This is about $2, has that ultimate badass art out there. Carmen looks like a cruel lady, unlike Carmen Electra and Carmen Miranda, and that's a deep cut from 1909, brother. And that's better Commander, dude. Carmen is pretty nasty in the treasure meta we all seem to be stuck in these days. Now, a lot of people come to this channel to see weird old cards, and here's one for you, the Wormfang Manta. 5 blue, creature, nightmare fish beast. It's a 6/1 with flying. When this thing enters, you skip your next turn. That's terrible. But when it leaves the battlefield, you take an extra turn after this one. Well, the old manta ray. This is Moana's grandma. Show some respect, you heathen. Well, what if this is out there with a damn blade of shared souls? And, you know, that's another underrated slapper. It has 4 Mirrodin. When this equipment enters, create a 2/2 rebel creature token, then attach this to it. Whenever Blade of Shared Souls becomes attached to a creature, for as long as Blade of Shared Souls remains attached to it, you may have that creature become a copy of another target creature you control. Has equipped for 2. So this is not entering the battlefield, you know. Then you get your damn Brutaclad out there, make all your tokens into mantas and let the hilarity commence. You have Mirage Mirror out there, you know, that's another good one. But the best way to do this is probably play around with the graveyard copiers like Lazav and Likeness Looter out there. And if you want to go for the real big brain play, get this out there. Cast Nanogene Conversion, then blink all your stuff. Except for the damn Manta. I don't know, man. This is all kind of far-fetched stuff, but I think it's a neat card. Hold the line, love isn't always on time. It's 1 white for an instant. Blocking creatures get +7/+7 until end of turn. Oh my gosh, what a power boost out there. For 3 mana, incredible. But it's only blocking creatures, and you need to do stuff with it at instant speed, because in order for your creatures to be blocking, probably is not your turn. But if you're in a white fight deck with those green instants like Ram Through or instant speed sack outlets like Greater Good, this can be super useful. Also, this doesn't have to be your creatures. You can wipe the arch enemy out with some tokens if that pesky aggro Naya player is swinging out at somebody else. Now, we mentioned Jaheira's Respite before, but this is the lady herself, the friend of the forest. 2 and a green for a legendary creature, human elf druid. It's a 2/3. Tokens you control have tap, add green, and choose a background. You think you want to be an enemy of the forest, dude? Nobody. Not when you're across the table from this dime piece right here. You want to be a friend of the forest, brother. Neat thing about this is that it's, you know, creature tokens, it's clues, it's any tokens you got, man. This can be a huge mana boost depending on what you're doing. I've seen this in treasure decks just as a value piece. Excellent, underrated card. Seems like every one of these videos we gotta get in a card from Modern Horizons 3, the Volatile Storm Drake. 1 and a blue for a creature Drake, it's a 3/2, has flying, hexproof from activated and triggered abilities. When it enters, exchange control of Volatile Storm Drake and target creature an opponent controls. If you do, you get 4 energy. Then sacrifice that creature unless you pay an amount of energy equal to its mana value. This is a neat card. Okay, it's kind of a good card to give away. It's a flying 3/2 and has protection, you know. But listen, man, it's not immune to bounce spells, alright? Bounce it back to hand, sack the creature for value. Blue is really good at that. And it seems tailor-made for a John Arenicus deck, man, and I have one of those. So grab an opponent's thing, let it bop you for 3 each turn, I guess. Oh geez, you know, I'm on a 13-turn clock over here, sheesh. You know, I love it. It's almost like a poor man's Gilded Drake, but that card is over $200. So you tell me, kind folks of the internet. Mostly kind folks. You know, I will say that there are some dudes out there who are not very nice, dude, on the internet. Are you kidding me? You know, do these cards slap? I think there are some real bip slappers here, some real unsung heroes of the Commander format. You should try limiting yourself to a $10 Commander deck sometime. Slap your buddies around with it, you know? But listen, I just love talking cards with you bros. Too bad you're so quiet, you know? Listen, take this video into the bathroom and whisper back to me, alright? You ready? I love you so much, bro. Thanks, man. Nikki G, Better Commander, signing off.